The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Most of the adventures recorded in this book really occurred, although this book was written mainly for the entertainment of boys and girls. I hope it will not be shunned by adults on that account, for it seems to me it was intended to pleasantly remind adults of what they once were themselves, and of how they talked, and felt, and thought, and of the queer enterprises they sometimes engaged in. Taken in to be raised by his Aunt Polly, a woman of infinite wisdom, but small in the amount of patience.
Tom! I know you're hooking from school today. You get over here right now, boy.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I ought to take a switch to you. That's what I ought to do. But, as the scripture says, a man that is born a woman is a few days and a full of trouble, and that's you.
I never did. Why, today I was at school all afternoon. I done learned about the humpback king. Well, you know which one I mean.
Oh, Richard. Now, was that the second or the third? Wait a minute. You're trying to change the subject. Now, this here collar is wet because you went swimming. And you went with Joe Harper. I know, because he done confessed, all crying and whimpering to his ma. She told me.
What a baby. Let me tell you, and well, you can take it as if it's written in the Holy Scriptures itself. When I become a famous pirate, Joe Harper will never be in my gang.
Whatever, Tom. Now, I could switch you, which I should, but I'm not going to. What I am going to do is I'm going to have you whitewash the fence on Saturday. The whole fence, front, side, and back.
But that ain't fair. That's the day we boys all play together. Oh, dang, dog. Hello, Huckleberry.
Hello yourself.
What you got there?
Dead cat.
Huckleberry Finn was the juvenile pariah of the village. Son of the town drunk, he was cordially dreaded by all the mothers because he was idle and vulgar and bad. But oh, how their children admired Huckleberry. They all wanted to be like him. Now, Tom was under strict orders not to play with him, So, of course, that made Huckleberry's company immensely to be treasured, and any risk taken to become the friend of this social outcast.
Can I hold it?
Yes, you can.
What you gonna do with it?
Cure a wart. Got one right here, because I play with frogs so much.
I use spunk water.
That don't always work.
No, it don't.
But you see, you go to the graveyard at midnight. You take along your dead cat, and you stand over the grave of someone that's been real wicked. Why, the devil comes, maybe 2 or 3. And while he's talking to that wicked dead fella, you heave the cat at him and shout, "Cat follow devil, warts follow cat." Well, at least that's what my pap says.
Sounds right to me. When you gonna do it?
How about tomorrow night, right after midnight?
That would be Sunday, Huck.
Oh, I didn't know that. We'd be wasting our time on a Sunday. The devils don't come out.
But the next night I can do it. Meet you at the cemetery around, say, midnight?
Tom, you come in here right now.
I gotta go. Suppose I won't see you at church tomorrow?
Ain't never been. Don't suppose I'll go.
Tom, I hope you're not making any plans for tomorrow morning, because at 8 o'clock, you're going to get a brush, and you're going to work on that fence all day. Well, except I'll give you an hour off to learn your Bible verses.
This is Becky Thatcher, a new girl in town, a lovely little creature with long brown hair.
My name's Tom Sawyer. I can stand on my hands. You want to see me?
Not especially.
I can jump that fence over yonder. Want to see me?
Not especially.
You're a new girl in town.
And I have someplace to be, if you'll kindly move out of my way.
I ain't in your way. But I can go wherever you're going. Wherever that might be. Well, shucks, I know this town like the back of my hand.
Poor Tom. He fell without firing a shot. A certain Amy Lawrence just vanished from his heart. She had been his love, and Tom thought and even said out loud, but in a whisper, that he would love her until death parted them. But that was before his eyes beheld this angel.
So what's your name?
That's for you to find out.
So Tom goes to bed that night, not thinking of the toil that awaits him in the morning, but instead of the unnamed angel with the long brown hair who barely knew he was alive. When he awoke next morning, Aunt Polly brought reality to bear.
Hop, skip, and jump, dong, dong, bump, ring the bell and sing, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling, right on the starboard, let her come real slow, ring the bell and sing, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. Hiya, Tom, would you like my steamboat? Ting-a-ling, ting-a-ling. What you doing? You gotta work on a Saturday, that's too bad.
Oh, why, it's you, Ben!
Well, I'm going swimming. I bet you wish you could come, but you'd rather work, right?
What do you call work?
Well, whitewashing's work, fence painting's work.
Well, maybe it is, maybe it ain't.
Well, you don't mean to let on that you like it.
It suits a fella like Tom Sawyer. Well, shucks. Boy doesn't get a chance like this every
A
day.
chance like what? You don't mean you like it. Isn't that mighty hard work?
Does a boy get a chance like this every day? Hate a fence like this takes true grit.
Tom, let me whitewash some. That looks to be good fun. Please, Tom, let me try. I know my work will satisfy.
I should consent, for this is an interesting development. I reckon not, my good friend Ben. My Aunt Polly trusts me, and no one else under the sun can whitewash this fence the way it must be done.
What you doing, Ben? You whitewashing again.
This is my very first.
You must have been coerced.
Nah, I really love painting. Don't you see me grinning?
Let me give it a try. Oh, come on, Tom. I'll give you a cat's eye.
I should consent, for this is an interesting development. I reckon not, my good friend Glenn. My Aunt Polly trusts me and no one else under the sun can whitewash this fence the way it must be done.
Now, Tom, may a girl try?
Not if you ain't a guy.
I got something really keen. 100 feet of cotton string.
I should consent, for this is an interesting development. I reckon not, my good friend Gwen. My Aunt Polly trusts me and no one else under the sun can whitewash this fence the way it must be done. My Aunt Polly trusts him and no one else under the sun can whitewash this fence the way it must be done.
Tom had discovered a great law of human nature, namely, that in order to make a man covet a thing, it is only necessary to make that thing difficult to attain. If he had been a great and wise philosopher like the writer of this book, he would by now have comprehended that work consists of whatever a body is obliged to do, while play consists of whatever a body is not obliged to do. Well, on Sunday, Tom heard a cautious meow. It was Huck. It was time to go to the graveyard.
Huck, you think all these dead people are bothered by us coming?
Well, I wish I knowed. But this dead cat here gotta get rid of my wart.
Well, what do we do now?
Well, we got to wait till midnight. Then when the devils come, we throw the cat at them.
Shh! I think I hear them coming.
They're coming. Lord, Tom, they're coming sure.
You think they can see us?
Tom, they can see in the dark. They're devils.
Oh, Lordy, it's devils, sure enough. But there's 3 of them.
Them's devils, sure enough. Lord, Tom, we're goners. Can you pray?
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to...
Be quiet.
Sorry, that's the only prayer I know. Are we gonna die?
Them's not devils.
Hurry up, move the coffin over here, Injun Joe. I ain't got all night.
Them's folks. That's young Doc Robinson.
Well, there's Muff Potter. Oh, my goodness, that's Injun Joe!
You're right. I'd rather they were devils than Injun Joe.
What are they here for?
It appears they've dug up a body. Doc Robinson must have buried somebody and know they left watches and rings on the corpse.
Is this fine? Give me your knife, Muff, so I can pry it open.
What's in there that's so powerful and important to you?
Don't matter none. I paid you in advance.
You only paid me $5. You promised 10.
I didn't. $5 is a worldly sum just to dig up and rebury a body.
Didn't you promise us $10 a month?
I don't know. You promised me a quart of homebrew.
I already drank most of it. Give me your knife.
No! I want my $10. You owe me. 5 years ago, I come to your house asking for food, and you told your daddy that I was no good, and he had me arrested for being a vagrant. Did you think I'd forget? Give me the knife, Mom. No!
No count, cash free.
Don't hit my friend!
You okay, Joe? You okay?
Now my score's settled. We'll spend tonight in hell.
Run, Tom! Run like the wind!
Oh, why'd you do it, Muff? Why'd you kill the poor doctor?
I never done it.
I saw you with my own eyes. You picked up that knife off the ground and he hit you with the shovel and then you sprang back up and you stabbed him and he hit you with the shovel again and, well, you went down and he died.
No, I don't know what I was doing. I never done anything like this. It was the whiskey. I know it was.
Well, I reckon that don't matter much. He's dead, and it was your there knife that killed him.
Don't tell Injun Joe. Please don't tell. They'll hang you for certain.
You've always been good to me, Muff. I won't tell. We gotta get out of here, quick!
The two boys flew on and on toward the village. They looked over their shoulders from time to time as they were afraid they might be followed. Exhausted, they finally stopped, hiding in the shadows and not saying a word. But by and by, their pulses slowed and they caught their breath.
What do you reckon will come of this, Huck?
If Robinson dies, I reckon Injun Joe will hang.
You pretty sure?
I'm pretty sure. Only, suppose something happens and Injun Joe didn't hang.
He might kill us and Muff Potter to save his own neck.
I bet Muff doesn't even know.
Well, when he woke up and see the man stabbed dead with his own knife, he'd know, wouldn't he?
Muff Potter was drunk. When my pap's drunk, he don't remember nothing.
Don't suppose Injun Joe will let Muff take the blame for this?
Well, who else knows that it wasn't Muff?
Just
that
you
done
and
it?
me.
Well, then we got to hold hands and swear
No,
we'll never
holding
tell.
hands won't do. We gotta make a blood oath. I read about it in books. Now, I got a piece of paper and a pencil here. I'll write it out, then we pricks our finger and marks the oath with blood.
And what happens if we tell?
I don't know for sure. But according to the books, the one who tells, he's a dead man for sure. The witches will get him. Or ghosts. Or the wild dogs. But he'll be dead, sure as I'm looking at you. I'll write it out. Huck, Finn, and Tom Sawyer swear they will keep mum about this, and know they'll be struck dead if they ever tell.
That's mighty fine, Tom. I got a needle. Let's prick our thumbs.
Tom didn't sleep much the rest of the night. He kept having dreams about Injun Joe and Muff Potter, young Doc Robinson. But he was up and out of the house early next morning.
You haven't had your breakfast.
I ain't hungry. Don't keep me, I'm going to school.
You lying to me. I'll bet you and that Huckleberry Finn have something planned.
No, I'm going to school. It's safe at school.
I haven't any idea what you're talking about, but here, let me fetch you an apple. You gotta eat something.
You're that new girl.
And you're the boy that got all the other boys and girls in town to whitewash that fence. That's pretty smart.
My name's Tom Sawyer. I can talk boys into doing anything. Well, I can jump that fence over yonder, or swim the width of the Mississippi. Want to see me?
Sure enough.
Well, maybe not clear across, but part of the way anyway.
Becky Thatcher.
What?
Becky Thatcher's my name.
Tom Sawyer's my name. I already told you that.
I forgot.
I might forget your name too. Becky Hatcher? Batcher? What was that last name? I can't remember.
Well, if you can't, you needn't be walking with me to school.
No, I didn't mean it. You know, I love rats.
Boys, I hate rats.
Well, not the live ones. The dead ones just swing around by the
I don't
tail.
much care for rats. It's a while till school. You want to sit a spell?
Yeah? As soon as I show you how talented I am at cartwheels. Do you like that?
It's okay. You know what I like? Chewing gum.
You know, I got one piece. I traded it to let Joe Harper whitewash the fence.
Can I chew it?
I'll tell you what. How about I let you chew it for a while, but then you must give it back to me to chew.
Fine with me, long as I get to chew it first.
You know, if a girl chews a piece of gum, and she gives that boy that same piece of gum and he chews it, means they're practically engaged.
Engaged? What's that?
Engaged to be married.
You mean like grown-ups?
Anybody can be engaged. Would you like to be engaged?
Well, I don't know. What's it like?
You tell the boy you won't have anyone but him. Never, ever. Then you kiss him. And you choose your gum, and you're set up to get married.
I'm chewing your
She's chewing my gum.
Are we engaged?
It's all the rage.
I'm chewing your gum.
She's chewing my
Oh,
gum.
I wish I knew about an engagement. What does it entail? I'd sure hate to fail.
Now you must say I'm the one and only. Then give me a kiss. We'll be in endless bliss.
A kiss, I don't know. Does everybody do it? I've never done it before. Is it fun or a chore?
Oh, it's mighty fun.
Oh, it's mighty fun.
And it must be done.
And it must be done. Only if you love me true.
Oh, I do. I do.
Oh, Tom, I'll only marry you, and you won't ever marry anyone but little old me. Isn't this the way it's meant to be? It is the way it's meant to be.
Yes, it is the way. It's the only way. She's chewing my gum. She's chewing my gum. Now we are engaged.
I'm glad I'll never love anybody but you, Tom.
And I get to walk you to school and choose you at parties. But we got to keep it a secret for a while, till we're a little older.
This is ever so nice, Tom. In all my life, I never heard of anybody our age getting engaged to be married.
Why, it's the most fun of all. When Amy Lawrence and I were engaged.
Tom! Ain't I the first you've ever been engaged to?
I don't love her anymore.
You do. You know you do.
I don't love her the way I love you.
I don't love you. I don't want to see you. Don't talk to me.
Oh, no.